my name is Sarika, and I am from Trinidad. It's an island in the Caribbean. My family and I have been in Canada just over 2 years, and I have surrendered my life to Jesus about 12 years ago. If you knew me 12 years ago, you'd know I'm a completely different person from who I was then to who I am now. So I was rebellious. I had my own ideologies about what I thought was right, what I thought was wrong, and I grew up with a lot of hurt, and I spent many years being suicidal. I didn't think I was worthy of anyone's love or worthy of anything, but God definitely had a plan for me. So I got married 14 years ago, and my husband was a Christian back then. He grew up in a Christian household. And when we got married, I told him that I would never change my religion. I was a Hindu. Now, even though I was a Hindu, I had many doubts. I didn't feel any connection to God or any being. And this all changed. So I'll tell you my story. I had some medical complications, and the doctor said that even with medicine, I would take years to get pregnant. And after 5 months of trying without any medication, I conceived. Now, my pregnancy was really difficult. My first 5 months was really awful. I was sick. I couldn't stomach anything. But I saw doctors regularly in Trinidad, and they kept saying that my baby was fine. Now, during this time, although I had these conditions, it was the worst. I had a lot of conflict with my parents and my brother, and with everything that was going on, it made me and my husband decide to go to New York, where my in-laws live, to have my baby. Now, when I went there, see, God has a plan, and he has a reason why he made me go there. I found out that I had a high-risk pregnancy, that my baby wasn't growing properly. She was in the 3rd percentile, so 97% of babies were bigger than her. I also found out that I had iron deficiency anemia, and I needed to be monitored constantly. If I was in Trinidad, I would not have found out any of this. Now, when I was about 8 months pregnant, I found out that the umbilical cord was around my baby's neck, and the doctor said it would be impossible for this umbilical cord to be unwrapped. Mom and dad-in-law and my sister-in-law, they laid their hands on my belly and they started to pray, and they commanded the umbilical cord in Jesus' name to be unwrapped. You know, I've never heard anybody pray like this, commanding something to be unwrapped. But I went with it because I was desperate, and the next week, I went to a different doctor, and this doctor said that there was no umbilical cord around my daughter's neck. So it was pretty much a miracle. But the miracles did not stop there. When I was 37 weeks pregnant, I went and I did an ultrasound, and the doctor said that over a 5-day period, there was no growth in my baby, which is basically impossible at that state. They said that they needed to induce labor right away, and I was scared because they were just prepared for the worst. At 4 pounds 13 ounces, my baby girl was born, completely healthy. They wanted to give her a 10 out of 10 in the APGAR score, but they only give her a 9. But they said there was nothing wrong with her at all. And I knew without a shadow of a doubt that it was Jesus, that he is the true and living God. And he was the one who brought me through that pregnancy, who brought my baby girl healthy. So I couldn't wait to give my life to him. And since I have given my life to Jesus, the peace and the joy and the hope that I have is immeasurable. Even though I may go through difficult times, I still have peace. And I just want to encourage you because Jesus is our gift from God, and as we celebrate this Christmas season, as the book of John says, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whoever believeth in him should not perish but have everlasting life. He is true, he is living. I have found it to be true. His word in his book, it's not some ancient story that was made up. I have seen it time and time again being real. If you don't have Jesus, choose Jesus today.